Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'll be sharing with you how I made this simple swirl soap. It's inspired by the column pour, but it is not the column pour technique. So for starters, I'm pouring in my lye. For this method, I do want my temperatures to be as low as possible. I want it to soap at around 80 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And so I decided to mix in my lye water first. So here I've just measured out my lye. I do have my citric acid solution here, so there's already citric acid mixed in there, and now I'm mixing in my lye. So yeah guys, so while I'm doing all of this and you guys kind of know the process and you can just see it while this is going on, I'm just going to talk to you guys about a few things. So recently, some of you know that I had a surgery and that went well, and I'm very thankful. And right now I'm still in recovery, and so that's the reason why I didn't post a video last week. I do try to post videos weekly or at the max every 10 days. But I didn't post a video last week because I've just been in recovery, and I was able to make this soap sometime last week. And so I'm only just coming around to editing it and all of that, the whole saga. Anyway, so on Instagram, I decided to, just get people to, if you don't follow me on Instagram, it's I'm gonna leave my account up there. It's at Creamy Suds. And so I asked I asked for people on there to, should I say my friends on there? I don't want to call you guys people. My friends on there to get to know me and ask me a question. And I got a few questions. So if you stay with me until the end of this video, I'm going to be answering some of the questions. And they're actually very interesting. I'm grateful for the people who asked. They're about the business and why I started. And I'll let you guys know some of the little things that I have to say about it at the end of this video. So now I'm measuring out my oils, and don't know if you already saw, I melted down my hard oils, and so now I'm just measuring my soft oils. And the goal here is just to try to get everything as cool as possible. So now I am just going to add some coconut oil. Oh, this is lard. I think I forgot to put lard at first, so I'm still gonna have to melt this down further because lard doesn't melt very easily. So I had to still put the lard in and then melt it down before adding my coconut oil. So just a little background about why I chose the colors that I chose. I wanted something bright. I wanted it to look really colorful, and I just wanted something that would make me happy, because since I had the surgery, the last few weeks have been a bit difficult. I've had one or two things going on in my private life that have just been extremely overwhelming, and so I just wanted this soap to be that little one thing that would bring some brightness to my life at this point. And so I chose the colors. I wanted it to look like the rainbow at first, so I wanted all the colors in the rainbow. But if you're a soap maker, you already know that the more colors you have, the more things you have to wash up, and that was just gonna add more stress to me. And I wasn't the strongest person while I made the soap. So yeah, there is the fragrance oil that I used. It's extremely well behaved and it smells amazing. So yes, so I hope you saw that. If you didn't, just go back a little and see it. So yeah, that's why I chose the colors that I used in this video. I didn't want to have too many colors, so I decided to take out some colors from the rainbow, but I still wanted it to be bright and colorful. So I did use some nice colors. Here I've added some oats to the mix because oats is bae, and I was just checking the temperature just to make sure and to see how things were going. While I did this, guys, I had to put my lye water in the fridge because it was cooling down ever so slowly. I don't have the patience for lye water. It cools down so slowly, and I've never actually done that method of making lye, say the day before and just leaving it to sit down. I think I'm just too paranoid to do that. Now, anyways, now I'm checking the temperatures. It's 83 for the oils, and my lye water was about 90-ish, 93. So it was good enough for me. I wanted it to come down to 80, but 93 was very good for me as well. So yeah, I decided to go on with it. So now I'm just adding some sodium lactate to the lye water. I added it at 1 teaspoon per pound of oil. And then I am going to mix that in, and the soaping process begins. Well, not the soaping process, the fancy bits, the interesting bits, because I've seen in groups where some people say they they don't like to watch the parts where you mix the oil and the lye, and they feel that like that's something they know already. So people usually just want to watch the technique. However, I do enjoy watching the process because I feel like there's a lot to learn. It's not necessarily about the designs. It's sometimes people want to learn how you do things, how you add sodium lactate, how you add citric acid. I know for a fact I do these things in different ways for all of my soaps. It all depends on what I'm trying to achieve. Sometimes I add citric acid at a certain point. Sometimes I mix it with just a little bit of water, especially when I'm using goat's milk. Sometimes I mix it with the lye water and add the lye into that. So there's so many ways that people do different things. There are people who add sodium lactate to the trace. There are people like me who add sodium lactate to the lye water. Sometimes I even add sodium lactate to the oils just before I even mix in anything. So people do things in very different ways, and I feel like it's good to show the whole process. Anybody who wants to really watch soap making video, I think should be interested in every little detail. That's not to say that people shouldn't be interested in the soaping and the design techniques. I am very much interested in that as well. I like to see swirls. I like to see how people do things, and I learn from these. So yeah, and besides the column pour technique that inspired this design, I also watched some acrylic painting videos. So there are people who do acrylic paints, and it's not the same as soaping, but the techniques they use sometimes for their paintings can inspire how you design your soap. And I have gotten inspired by them. Like I think I learned this trick from Tree Marie Soapworks. She also gets inspired from painters, at least she said it in some of her videos. And so I went and watched some, and this technique for me was inspired by it's called Simonagashi. I always laugh when I say it, I just find it so funny, but it's called Simonagashi. So it's basically concentrating in the middle and just pouring somewhere. It's very relaxing. And as I said, I had been having a rough couple of weeks, and I just really wanted something to calm my mind down. So now I'm just mixing in the colors. I chose just 4 colors. I couldn't do the entire 7 colors. Is this 7 or 8 colors in the rainbow? I can't remember. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. 7 colors of the rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Okay, yeah, 7 colors. So yeah, I couldn't do all 7. I didn't want to have too many things to wash up. I was just, being lazy. So I chose just 4 colors, and I was pleased with the outcome. So normally when I use colors, I'm usually very conservative with how much color I add, and it never pops. But this time I was bold with the colors, and I thought, I really want you to pop. And so I added my colors with intention, and it did pop. So guys, if you find that you're never having colors that pop, or that your colors always look dull, just don't be afraid of those colors and add them to your soap batter, and you will see a huge difference. So here's the method. I'm just pouring right in the middle, pouring each color right in the middle, not caring how it flows. Wherever it flows to, I kind of follow it, because that's the essence of the art here. You kind of let it flow. You don't have to be in control of every single movement. So it does form a beautiful pattern. To be honest with you guys, I love it just like this. If it were just me making soap, I probably would end here, because I do like a type of simple, I love simple patterns. It shows even in the way I dress. Some of you may know that I had some vlogs, so if you go back and look at some of my vlogs, you might tell I'm a very simple person. So if it were just me, I would have left it right here because I think this is so pretty. But for the sake of this video and for the sake of just wanting to have something that looked happy and the calling pour that, kind of inspired it as well, I decided to do this swirl. And I started off doing this zigzag thing that I didn't even understand where that idea came from. And then I quickly found that it wasn't going to work for me and decided to do this, create like a flower. And this just turned out so beautifully. I was so in love. It really did help my mood. If you're not into soaping and you're watching this video, I would encourage you, if you're thinking of soaping, to actually start making soap. It's super relaxing. Yes, it's a habit that might be expensive if you continue to do it and you're not selling and stuff like that, but I would definitely encourage you to make some soap if you're going through something and you just want something to help get your mind off things, help you feel happy. You would be surprised at how much soap making can improve your mood. It's very therapeutic. And, I'm saying this from my experience. It has really helped me in very difficult times. So yes, this soap was a success and it did help me feel so much better. So at this point, I think I'm going to start answering the questions from my Instagram page while I cut this soap and show you guys what the soap looks like. So the first question I got is, what is the reason behind creamy suds? How did you come up with soap making? I think I already just answered that question without even knowing. So guys, when I started creamy suds, I was at a point in my life where I was very heartbroken because I had missed a job opportunity and I was just really, really sad. And I just felt like I had heard of people being depressed from losing jobs or losing job opportunities, but it had never really happened to me. And this was the first time, and I was so heartbroken. I cried and cried and cried. And then I just decided to start to channel my inner creativity. And that's when I decided I would, take to social media and kind of work hard on my own to do whatever I could. And as I started, channeling my inner creativity, I've always been good with my hands, and so soap making just kind of came naturally. I think I was using natural soaps already, and so something just said to me, why not try to learn how to make it? And that's just how I started making soap. And I started making it for myself and my family at first, and then by the time I realized I was making a lot of soap and it was becoming an expensive hobby, I decided to turn it into a business, and that's how Creamy Suds came about. So the next question is, where are you from? Tell us about your favorite holiday spot. So yeah, I do get this question, especially because of my accent. My accent is very different. But yeah, I am Nigerian. I am from Nigeria. I love my country. It's the best country in Africa, yes. And right, I grew up there, and then when I was 16 years old, I moved to the UK and I got my undergraduate degree from the UK. So I lived in UK for about 6 years, and then I went back to Nigeria, worked there for some time, and then I came to the US to pursue a master's degree, finished that, got married, and the rest is history. So yeah, that's where I'm from. And then my favorite holiday spot. This is so interesting. So, the question would be somewhere, I don't know if it's somewhere I've been to or if it's somewhere I dream of going to, but I'm going to answer both. So I've been to Jamaica. I went there for my brother's wedding a few years ago, and I loved Jamaica. It was just so much fun. So yeah, and then the next place would be Mexico. I went to Cancun a couple of years ago, and I loved it so much there. It was just so nice. So honestly, I don't know which to choose from. I don't know if I prefer Jamaica or if I prefer Cancun, but I did love both places. So in terms of my dream destination, I'm dreaming of what's this place called? I need to call it right. Maldives. Yeah, the Maldives. It's that is just my dream destination, guys. That water, the blue water. I love water. It's just I live in Lagos, Nigeria, and Lagos, Nigeria is by the water, right? So we're like by the ocean. So I grew up around water, really. And in Nigeria, I'm from a riverine area as well. So me and water were like 5 and 6 best friends. So yeah, I really want to go to Maldives. I want to experience that blue clear water. It's just so beautiful, and at least in pictures it's so beautiful. So that's my dream destination. And the next question is quite weird. It's horror movies, comedy, or drama. So someone's trying to know what kind of movies I like. I'm going to bust your bubble here. I hardly watch movies. I am one of those weird people, I guess. I do not like movies. So you will hardly ever see me watching a movie unless it's just really, 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 really good and something has just forced. I don't know. I don't know. I don't watch movies. And if I had to choose, I think I would choose comedy first, then horror before drama. So yeah, I guess that's my order of preference. So I got just these questions, and I'm grateful to the people who asked, because you gave me something to talk about. And if you'd like to know more about me, I do answer questions in the comment section below. Trust me, guys, I'm still a very small YouTuber, so I have all the time. I can answer every question. So please drop your questions down below. I'll be answering every question you have about me, if as long as you're not asking some private questions. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you liked this soap. It did bring some brightness to me, and I hope it kind of brings some brightness to your day as well. So thank you guys for watching, and see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye.